kicking off the tornado warnings. It was down near the town of Waterville here, and this was just around 4:30. And then that storm makes its way up toward Faribault, Northfield, northwest of Cannon Falls, and now it's reached some cooler air as it's heading into Wisconsin, so no longer producing tornadoes. Other parts of the Twin Cities have seen some large hail around Inver Grove Heights, inch and a half hail from Inver Grove Heights down to Rosemont. That is the kind of hail that can damage things. That's ping pong size hail. And then other parts of the metro getting some very heavy rainfall. And then further to our northwest, there's a snowstorm ongoing tonight. As you get up toward Alexandria and Brainerd and over toward Duluth, some of those areas could wake up to 8 to 10 inches of snow by tomorrow morning. Heavy, wet snow. The worst of the thunderstorms right now are in western Wisconsin, right on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin. These will continue to track away. We'll get a break in the weather. Then a cold rain develops with strong winds late tonight, and that'll be mixed with a little bit of snow. We could have a light coating of snow northwest side of the metropolitan area tomorrow morning. I'll detail all of that for you, let you know what kind of circus you're in for the rest of the night here as far as our weather coming up. But there will be some changes here tonight you want to know about for the rush hour commute tomorrow. But the severe weather threat is now over.
Okay, Jonathan, busy night for you. I know you'll stay on top of it. Hey, by the way, we ask you, you've been sending us and sharing these pictures from the storms on social media. Check this out. Erica, you sent us this. This is cloud formations near Dundas and Faribault. Big, scary looking cloud there. Amy shared this photo with us. That is hail that dropped near the Rosemont area. By the way, if you've got pictures from the storm near your house, tell us where it happened, give us your name, and share it with us on our Facebook page. And as we head towards severe weather season, keep yourself prepared. Download our KSTP mobile app. It comes with live radar to help you track the storms on the go. You can also download the free app right now. The Minnesota Supreme Court says it will not hear Derek Chauvin's appeal regarding a third-degree murder charge.
The ex-Minneapolis police officer is charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter in George Floyd's death. Prosecutors want to reinstate a third-degree murder charge that was previously dropped. Eric Shalou is live in the newsroom now to explain what this means.
In a one-page order, the Minnesota Supreme Court denied the review of a Court of Appeals decision regarding the possibility of reinstating the third-degree murder charge. Here's what we know about this developing story and the potential impact. Hennepin County Judge Peter Cahill announced the denial during the jury selection in the Derek Chauvin trial this afternoon. The ex-police officer is currently on trial for second-degree murder and manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. You see, on Monday, Eric Nelson, who represents Chauvin, filed a petition for review of a recent Court of Appeals decision. Chauvin's lawyer was trying to block the charge from being reinstated in the case, but the Supreme Court today denied to hear their appeal. However, Judge Peter Cahill said in court this afternoon that there is still a, quote, jurisdictional issue, end quote. Now, we talked with several legal experts who say they believe it now goes back to Judge Cahill's court for a decision on that charge. Now, today's decision doesn't mean Cahill will add the count back. It's still up to him to possibly decide. In a message to us, Minnesota's Attorney General Keith Ellison saying third degree is, quote, fair and appropriate. We reached out to Chauvin's legal team as well for comment. At last check, we have not heard back at this hour. We'll learn more about this decision first thing tomorrow morning. Live in the newsroom, Eric Shalou, 5 Eyewitness News.
Eric, thank you. Back in the courtroom, the second day of jury selection ended with more members being seated. Kellen Gray is here now with what we know about these people.
So 2 more jurors were seated today, bringing the total now to 5. There are now 4 men and 1 woman. Derek Chauvin, again, sat next to his attorney, Eric Nelson, during these proceedings. And we know from the pool reporter inside that George Floyd's aunt was there as well. The legal teams wasted no time today picking the first juror to be questioned, a father who is set to be married on May 1st, assuring the court today he would make it work. He also has a friend at the BCA who is on the witness list.
We're friends of friends probably since college, so 15 years, but very casual. Haven't spoken to her in probably a year and a half, and obviously nothing about this case.
When questioned about how he would react if Chauvin's attorney there, Eric Nelson, attacks her credibility during the trial, that was his question, Juror 20 said he understands they both have a job to do. Now, this juror also shared that he supports the Black Lives Matter movement as well. The second juror selected there is number 27, who moved to the U.S. 14 years ago, coming to Minnesota later in 2012. This person works in IT. As they did with other jurors, Chauvin's attorneys asked him about discussions he's had with others about this case, including his wife.
We talked about how it could have been me
or anyone else. Can you explain that a little?
I mean, anyone else, me, human, can be any. It could be anybody. It could have been you, and so that's what I mean. And for me, I also used to live not far from that area before when I first met my wife. So that's why I was like, it could have been me.
There were 7 people questioned today in all, including a lawyer, the first we've seen called for jury so far in this case. She was ultimately released. As we saw yesterday, much of the questioning again focused on the potential jurors' ability to work with others, their stance on Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter movements, and whether they feel the criminal justice system treats people of color equally. They plan to bring in 9 jurors for questioning tomorrow. Jackie.
Okay, Callan Gray reporting. Thank you, Callan. Chauvin and attorneys will return to the courtroom tomorrow morning. We are live streaming jury selection each day at our website and through our free mobile app. You can also find our trial coverage in the special trials section at KSTP.com.
Governor Tim Walz was on hand this afternoon to see Health Commissioner Jan Malcolm getting her shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. Malcolm received the single-dose vaccine made by Johnson & Johnson. Governor Walz has yet to receive a COVID-19 vaccine shot, but he says he is planning to get one. He has just not said when. Taking a look at Minnesota's vaccine supply, MDH says more than 2 million doses have now been supplied to the state. Nearly 1.7 million shots have been administered. That is about 83% of the state's supply. Nearly 20% of Minnesotans' population has gotten at least one shot of the vaccine. The city of Ramsey is saying it won't spend any resources to enforce Minnesota's statewide mask mandate.
Last night, city council members passed a new resolution despite objections from the mayor and city attorney. But as our Crystal Bowie explains, you should still have a mask with you.
The mayor of Ramsey appalled after just recovering from COVID-19 to hear this about wearing masks.
According to the 14th Amendment, the state cannot deprive us of life, liberty. The government does not have the right to restrict somebody's ability to breathe.
This resolution passed, saying no city resources will be used to enforce Executive Order 20-81. That's the governor's statewide mask mandate.
Overwhelmingly, the residents of Ramsey do not support this resolution, and I'm quite concerned.
People who work in Ramsey, business owners, and the words that they're using are, appalled, disgusted, a travesty.
We too talked to local businesses in the area. Many didn't want to go on camera, fearing they could isolate some potential customers. But most also told me they were too feeling that pandemic fatigue. But pandemic fatigue doesn't mean break the legal executive order.
Although I agree with the idea that I would like the mandate to be gone, it's not a place for the city.
Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison's office released a statement. It says in part, quote, these executive orders take precedence over the measures passed by any lower unit of government. Ramsey Police Chief told 5 Eyewitness News the Ramsey Police Department will continue to respond to all calls for service and enforce laws, including the governor's executive orders. Meanwhile, all 4 council members who voted in favor of the resolution did not immediately respond to emails or phone calls. Reporting in Ramsey, Crystal Bowie, 5 Eyewitness News.
Tracking the spread of COVID-19, today the Minnesota Department of Health announced 9 new deaths and 922 new cases. So far, there have been 6,705 deaths from COVID in Minnesota. There have been more than 493,000 cases.
And in Wisconsin, health officials today announced 14 new deaths, 516 new cases. It brings the total deaths to 6,524. Total cases stand at more than 567,000. Still ahead tonight on 5 Eyewitness News, Maya Moore says she won't be returning to the hardwood in 2021. What she and her new husband will be focusing on instead.
New bills introduced at the Capitol that would restrict wake surfing boats on Minnesota lakes. It's legislation the boating industry supports, but environmentalists do not. I'm Jessica Miles. I'll explain.
It's been a stormy spring day. Now it's going to shift back to some winter-like weather here overnight. I'll tell you about that coming up with your complete 7 day.